been 9 months since the first COVID-related death was confirmed in the U.S. Today, the virus has now claimed the lives of more than 250,000 Americans, and it's not slowing down. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Cases are still surging, and California may be hit with a curfew. Now, we have told you how Governor Newsom is looking at how other states and countries are handling their curfews. And tonight, we have learned that San Diego may also be a model. Our ABC 10 News anchor Derek Stahl is going in depth on what California's curfew might look like.
According to a county spokesman, the state has asked San Diego County for more information about its 10 p.m. mandated closure policy for restaurants. Starting Friday, Los Angeles County will enact a similar measure it's calling a business curfew, requiring restaurants and other non-essential businesses to close at 10 p.m. Governor Newsom says he's also reviewing studies on curfews in 4 countries: France, Germany, Portugal, and Saudi Arabia.
We have a lot of questions about what that looks like, what that doesn't look like. Who does it impact? Who doesn't it impact? What does a real curfew mean in terms of just certain kinds of industry and business activities? That's what we're referring to in this space.
In all 4 countries, restrictions have changed over time, and it's not clear which version California is looking at. Under France's old rules, restaurants and bars had to close at 9 p.m. And in Germany, restaurants previously closed at 10 p.m. But many European nations have recently adopted stricter curfews with limits on movement.
Where you have areas that are at very high risk, do you close them off in some way to not allow the spread areas with lower risk, right? We've seen that across the world, and then we see that dealt in different ways.
Under France's new month-long lockdown, police ticket people who don't carry written permission, justifying their need to leave home for reasons like going to work, buying groceries, or getting medical help. They're allowed outside to exercise for 1 hour a day. In most of Portugal, shops close at 10 p.m., restaurants at 10:30, and people have to be back in their homes by 11 p.m. with limited exceptions. On Saturdays and Sundays, it's even earlier. People have to stay home starting at 1 p.m., and there are police checkpoints limiting travel between cities. And then there's Saudi Arabia. From March until late June, the kingdom imposed a series of curfews that significantly limited movement. At times, police enforced a 24-hour nationwide curfew where people were allowed outside only from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. to get medicine, food, or supplies, and only within their specific neighborhood, not other parts of the city.
Areas can be cordoned off to restrict transmission, and that can work.
SDSU epidemiologist Dr. Eyal Oren says studies have shown various curfews do lower case rates, but he says compliance and enforcement might become an issue. Many European countries paired their restrictions with big financial assistance programs to make them more popular. California's curfew might wind up being similar to the restrictions we're already used to, but Dr. Oren says there would still be an important change.
I do think that some of the words we've been using are kind of stale.
He says simply starting to use the word curfew might be enough of a messaging jolt to help change some people's behavior. Derek Stahl, ABC 10 News.
We also reached out to the California Department of Public Health, but they declined to provide more details on plans under consideration. The governor could release more information on a potential curfew this week.